All right, guys, we're down in North Atlanta. We're fixing to drop the Reaper Hawk off at Barth Tuning to see if we can get, hey, nice exhaust. We got to get this thing running right. It's been a piece of crap. So far, it's been a huge letdown to us and to you guys here on the channel, but I think we're gonna get all these problems worked out. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna let Sam tell you about it.
So you can see we found a speedway. We're filling up with some fresh E85 because this thing's been sitting with the same fuel in it for like 6 months now, something like that, and it goes bad. Yeah, it doesn't run very well right now. Hopefully Barth and his guys can take care of that for us. And I mean, you can see this thing got wrapped and now it is dusty.
Sam, why are there handprints and what are those?
I don't know, man.
Thirsty little girl.
So, you may notice we got the trimmer over here. We're gonna build an F-250 Raptor for back. We'll come up with a name, you know we will. But we're gonna turn that trimmer into the real deal.
I'm gonna put a link to this full F-250 Raptor build right down in the description, like right there at the top. I'll probably even pin it as the first comment so you guys can check this out. It's getting everything. I bought it to stay completely stocked, and about 2 minutes after I bought it, we started planning the build. So in like 5 seconds for you guys, you're gonna find out how we fix this thing or how they fix this thing. And you're gonna see it rip down the road. We've dropped off at Barth. She's looking very stock besides the wrap. But as soon as we get this bad boy running, we're about to throw all the good looking goodies at it in probably the next video on this build. All right, guys, I'm here with Tim Barth, Barth Tuning, MPH, Modular Powerhouse. So they do Fords as well. Tell us what we had screwed up or what we had done wrong and what you did to fix it.
Y'all really didn't do anything wrong. The map sensor obviously failed on you. You were correct thinking it was a map sensor. When you ordered the new Chinese map sensors and put 4 of them in the truck.
Sam did that.
Okay, well Sam did it. Okay, throw him under the bus, drive over him a couple times.
Don't buy stuff from China. Lesson learned.
Ever.
Yeah. It kicked faulty VREF codes in the Jeep. So when y'all brought us a Jeep going, we've got this issue, tell me what the codes were. It's like, we got a short to ground somewhere in this truck. And y'all had chased the short to ground trying to see if you could find it with a busted shaped harness and everything else. So we put Y-Tech on the vehicle.
I don't know what Y-Tech is, but it's expensive because I just paid the bill.
Literally started tracing and ohming and backfeeding. In every pin, the voltage and ohming on all your sensors to try to find the short to ground. Because it's all, every sensor in here is tied together. And what was causing the fake short to ground, it was the Chinese map sensors giving a backfeed on the, they were actually backfeeding the 5-volt VREF wire and giving it a short to ground internal.
In Sam's defense, the only reason he ordered the Chinese sensors to try, because we thought that was the problem, is because you couldn't get any Dodge parts. Like, you couldn't get those. We called a Dodge dealership or 5, and they laughed and said, you and everybody else that owns a Hellcat wants one of those right now. So, and we needed 4. But that was our fault. Now, tuning wise, what did you do? He took over tuning.
The tune on the vehicle was pretty decent. It wasn't a bad tune. In the tuner's defense, it was done remotely. He did a pretty good job.
Remote's hard.
Yeah, with a cam, big cam. He did a good job for, and the truck's very well built. The shop that built it, I believe it was TNT built.
TNA.
They did a very good job on the truck.
I like TNA.
The tuner, the other tuner's a good friend of mine. He did a really good job considering. It was just easier having it in person to fix your your little concerns that even remote, if I was doing it remote, I probably would have had the same issues.
Yep.
So we just cleaned up the tune some, got it dialed in a little better since it was in person, and fixed the Chinese map sensor issue, and you should be good to go. You're just gonna have to let us know.
And the dyno number was?
915 to the tires.
915. Let's go have some fun, guys.
All right, Sam. Let's put these things to good use. Let's spend money on them.
Hey, I got like $100 in them.
Finally, they were worth what I paid for them.
All right, fellas, let's drive. So I've had a couple drives in this. Sam has done a data log as well. We know we've got a few things we've got to work on still. We've got some exhaust that's hot, and it is actually, ooh, listen to that. I'll just shut up a second. I'm gonna apologize for the microphone. This is just the GoPro sound. This is not our external mic that I usually get to plug in. And the reason is I'm wearing a point of view headgear, so you can see what I see. First time I've tried this, so we'll kind of see how it goes together. Try to get this windshield cleaned off. And I do have a 360 camera and like a pole that goes off of the rear of the car. It's like a ghost mount or something. So we're gonna start doing more driving videos here on the channel. We got awesome roads out here. We've done tons of mods, built all these vehicles, and we're gonna get to go drive them now, take you guys along on some of the stuff that we go do. Love back road driving, kind of why I named the channel, obviously. This, I gotta say, this thing pulls like crazy. And I know you guys have only seen one or two little videos of what this bad boy will actually do. But I'll tip down just a hair here. You guys tell me what you think about it. I'll get better at this point of view stuff. Y'all tell me what you think. This dude pulls, guys. And we've already done a data log, so we'll get a fresh tune update. We'll keep going on that. And just keep making it better, better, better. But I want to do a couple little pulls here. And this is higher speed than normal of what you would do a pull with. The next mods that go on this vehicle are wheels and tires. The tires are what we need. These tires are the original, like 5 or 6 year old, probably dry rotted, run flats. They're not very sticky to start with. So the tires we're putting on in the very next video will make us able to do, you know, 30 roll, 40 roll digs without spinning all 4 tires, because right now that's the experience you get. So for instance, I'm gonna do 60 roll when we get in this straight right here. And I did brake traction in the rear just a little bit. I don't have it in sport mode down here. I don't have traction control off, and you're still braking tires, and you know it's killing power when you try to give it that much and the tires won't hook up. As soon as anything starts to spin with all these advanced electronics, then we end up with a problem where we don't get all the power, because the tune actually pulls some power out of it. So once we get those stickies on there, and I'll do it, I'll slow it on down and we'll do a slower roll here. Why not? We'll slow our roll. I don't want to do a dig just yet. We are still testing a bunch of stuff out. So this is 30 and I'm gonna go about 3/4 pedal. I mean, that's 30 to 90 with 3/4 pedal. Rear's breaking loose a little bit. It does not like all the sauce. I'm gonna give it all the sauce. Let's go. I'm not gonna turn traction off because I don't want to die. And it has been sketchy some of the times we've drove it and actually romped it really hard. So let me get up here and get a little straight. These videos with all this point of view and 360 cam stuff from the back, where it gives you that Grand Theft Auto, or you know, that third person perspective where the camera's behind the car, those videos might be a little longer than what we've traditionally done. The pep on this thing, I mean, I don't know if that's a word, pep. The pull, the pickup, the throttle response, I'm sure there's like 1,000 different words you could use to describe it. It's insane, and the sound immediately, the pops and everything that happens immediately as soon as you get into the pedal are just freaking awesome. So let's go from slower here, and I'm gonna go full sauce from like a 20 roll right here. All right, so that may appear like it hooked up. This thing does have good brakes. It may appear like that hooked up really good, but the GoPro's probably taken, I don't have this set to like all the way take all the shake out, because if I do, you'd get sick from all the little movements in my head. So I actually have to move a little bit to make the camera unsteady. But the vehicle is actually going back and forth on the road a little bit, and that's on the run flats, and that's because we're breaking traction just a little bit. We guys, lots of races coming up with this. I think the first race for this vehicle needs to be the Wolf, my F-150, so that I can get that one out of its system, bring it back up to normal ride height for the Wolf, and I've got a lot of good things planned with it. But this bad boy needs to race, keep getting worked on, keep getting that tune refined, and race. So stay tuned for that. If you want to see the other videos on this vehicle's build, I'll put them right here in the end card. If you want to see any of our other builds, check out the channel. And guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.